Now, we've been inviting questions with all our coverage over the past 2 or 3 weeks across all our mastheads, and I have to say 9 out of 10 questions are about the voice. So you've succeeded in one sense of the campaign. It's come alive. This is probably typical of it. Why is the voice, and this is from regional voices, why is the voice getting so much attention when, let's just jump down here, when we have so many critical issues that need attention right now?
Yeah. Well, if you look
and by the way, how's it going in the bush? What's your sense?
Yeah, well, a couple of points. One is, in the Parliament this week, this fortnight, we've been talking about cost of living. We announced support of the National Reconstruction Fund. We've announced, we've, of course, dealt with cheaper medicines. We've dealt with a whole range of policies across the whole spectrum. The questions from the other side have all been about the voice. That's a decision for them. But the voice is a pretty simple and clear proposition. It is an amendment to the Constitution to recognise First Peoples in our Constitution. No more dramatic than the fact that we had the Welcome to Country here. That is something that has happened in my lifetime. That respect being shown for the oldest continuous culture on earth, and then to do it in the form that Indigenous people have asked for, which is through a voice. Now, that's simply an advisory body to enable us to listen to Indigenous Australians about matters that affect them in order to get better results. If we do the same thing, we should expect the same outcomes. And we currently have 4 out of 19 closing the gap targets are being met. We have an 8-year life expectancy gap. If you're a young Indigenous male, you're more likely to go to jail than to go to university. If you're a young Indigenous woman, you are more likely to die in childbirth than if you're a non-Indigenous woman. All of these stats on health, education, housing, incarceration rates show we need to do something different. And what we know is in areas like just up the road here in Bourke, the Justice Reinvestment Program that's put in place under the former New South Wales government has made an enormous difference in reducing crime rates, in providing people with opportunity, and more kids going to school. That's something that's risen from the bottom up.
We did need the voice for that to happen.
The Indigenous Rangers, but if we have a national body that is operating across the nation, giving advice, and that's all it is. The power of the voice is just the power of its ideas. Doesn't have a right of veto, doesn't have, it's not a funding body, but it is something that has been asked for. And we are the only country on earth, the only former colony on earth that does not recognise First Peoples, the people who are here before, in our case, 1788 or 1770. We're the only country. Canada did it last century. New Zealand did it in the 19th century. The Scandinavian countries, everyone else.
Can I stop you there? Because we could talk about the voice for a long time.